we are going to do page 111 and 112. Please write your name, class, and today's date. So for this worksheet, it is quite easy, but we are going to do work with teacher to recap the formulas to find area and perimeter for squares and rectangle. So look at question 1. Question 1 is telling you that perimeter of the square frame is 96 centimeter, and you need to find the length. So the keyword here is perimeter and square. Okay, so we know that a square has 4 equal sides, so we can just write side, and S is the short form for side. And perimeter, imagine yourself walking 1 round around the outline of the figure. So perimeter of a square would be side plus side plus side plus side. Okay, please copy down this because this helps you to recap your formula for area and perimeter. So either side plus side plus side plus side, or we can write 4 groups of side. Okay, so we know that 4 groups of sides gives us 96 centimeter. So it is almost saying that 4 unit equals to 96. So to find 1 unit, I need to divide by 4. And that will give me, so do your long division, 96 divided by 4. I get 2 groups of 4. Multiply 2 times 4 is 8. So 96 divided by 4 gives me 24. Okay, don't forget to write your answer at the bottom. The length of the side of the square is 24 centimeter. Okay, so this is a very important formula that you have to remember. That is the perimeter of a square. All right, you can highlight or you can just circle it. Now let's move on to question 2. Question 2, we are given the perimeter of a rectangular cardboard. So now it's no longer a square, now it's a rectangle. Okay, and the perimeter is 180 centimeter. And the question tells us that the length is 52 centimeter as shown over here at the rectangle, 52 centimeter. And we're supposed to find the missing breadth. So the breadth is the shorter side. We can write B, and length is the longer side. We write L. Okay, so again, remember perimeter means that we walk 1 round around the outline of the figure. So while walking, we actually walk the distance of length times breadth, length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. So here bottom is also length and the left side is also breadth. So perimeter of a rectangle is L plus B plus L plus B. Or we can group it as, here I have 1 group of L plus B and the other group of L plus B. So I can have 2 groups of L plus B. Okay, so either one is correct, whichever is easier for you. So now we can write down the equation. Two groups of L plus B, length plus breadth, is the parameter. And the parameter is 180 centimeter. Okay, so now we know that two groups of L plus B, that means 2 units is 180. So what about just 1 unit? I want to find 1 unit. I need to take 180 divided by 2. And that will give me. So I can just ignore the 0 in 180. So 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And 0 divided by 2 is 0. So I get 90. Okay? So now I know that length plus breadth is equals to 90. And from the question, you can see that the length is given, it is 52 centimeter. So length over here is given, it is 52. And plus the unknown breadth, I just leave it as B. That gives me 90. So to find B, I will need to take 90 minus 52. Okay. Do your working. 90 minus 52 would be 38. So the breadth of the rectangle is 38. 38 what? 38 donkeys, monkeys. 38 centimeter. Okay. So now here you can highlight the formula to find perimeter of a rectangle. It is very important that you remember this formula. Okay. Moving on to the next page, 112. Now, question 3. We are given the area now. So area of the square mat is 25 square meter. Find its length. So let's recall the area of a square. How do we find the area of a square? So area, the formula would be side times side. Okay, so side of the square multiplied by the other side of the square, and both sides, they are the same, they are equal. So which means that S times S gives me the area, which is 25. And I know that S is question mark, the side is question mark. And the other side is also question mark. And that will give me 25. So I don't know what the question mark is, but I know that the two question marks, they must be the same number. Okay, because a square has 4 equal sides. Okay, so let me try guessing. Is it 1 times 1? 1 times 1 is 1. That is not 25, so I don't want. Put a cross. Is it 2 times 2? 2 times 2 gives me 4. So it is wrong again. What about 4 times 4? 4 times 4 gives me 16. It's not what I want. I want 25. Let's try 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So it's correct. So the correct guess is 5 times 5 equals to 25. That means that the side, the length of the side is 5 centimeter. Okay, so we can write down answer is 5 meter, not centimeter. Okay, look at the unit in the question. It is square meter, so the unit will be meter for the side. So one important formula to take note is the area of the square. Area of a square is side times side. Okay? Now moving on to the last question. The area of a rectangular floor is 108 square meter. So area of a rectangle, instead of side times side like a square, it is L times B, length times breadth. Okay, because the rectangle, it does not have equal sides like the square. So the area is L times B. Okay, and the breadth is 9 meters, so we need to find the length. So we know that L times B, length times breadth is 108. And area is given to us, it is 108. Breadth is also given to us, it is 9 meters. But we do not know the length, so we'll just leave it as L. Breadth is 9 and area is 108. So to find the length, we have to take 108 divided by 9. So do your long division. And we get 12. So the length of this rectangle is 12 what? 12 centimeter, 12 meter, 12 donkeys. It is 12 meters. Okay? So one important formula to take note from this question is that the area of a rectangle is length times breadth. Okay? So please remember all your formulas for area and perimeter of squares and rectangles. It's very, very important to help you in the next few lessons that we'll be having. Okay, so area of rectangle, length times breadth. Area of square, side times side, where both sides need to be the same. Then moving to previously, perimeter of square is 4 times side, or side plus side plus side plus side. And perimeter of a rectangle is length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. But we can summarize it into 2 groups of length plus breadth. Okay, so these are the 4 important formulas that you need to remember.